Howdy, y'all. All right, so I was watching some World War II documentaries, and early on, Hitler was trying to obtain power, circa 1922, 1923, and he had his first attempt with the Beer Hall Putsch, which was an attempted coup on the German people. It took place throughout Germany, like there was multiple places, but one place was a beer hall, and I guess that's how it got dubbed that. Uh, and anyways, it failed. It ultimately failed. I think 14 people were killed. There was a melee. There was, a lot of damage. Hitler survived it, became a martyr, and he got thrown in jail. He had a 5-year sentence, but he served 9 months. He wrote the book Mein Kampf. And one of the stipulations of getting out of prison was he couldn't speak. He couldn't do public speaking. He was banned from public speaking. And I'm trying to juxtapose that to what's going on right now with Donald Trump and his failed insurrection on January 6th. People got killed. It was a melee. It's very comparable in many ways. And I'm trying to do this carefully because I don't believe that you can really often compare World War II era politics with modern day politics. The world is completely different. But there are similarities. And I'm just trying to point out a couple of them that it just made me think a little bit more. So Donald Trump had his failed putsch on January 6th, and he's been banned from public speaking. Okay, he's lost his voice in a big way, which is Twitter, social media. Facebook banned him for at least 2 years. Twitter indefinitely. I don't know what else. So, like Hitler, Trump was also banned from a form of public speaking. Very interesting parallels. Because, once again, these two people are dangerous, violent people trying to stoke violence, trying to invoke insurrection. And violence is on the table with these people and encouraged with Trump, versus Hitler there. Once again, these are similarities that we have to take with a grain of salt, but I was seeing it plain as day as I was watching these documentaries, because you've always heard the term history does repeat itself. And I think right now, history is trying to repeat itself. We are in a neo-fascist era. We're not like the Germans, we're not like the Italians, but we have some of their makeup of their politics. Like Hitler had brown shirts, paramilitary thugs. Mussolini had black shirts. These are paramilitary thugs. The Republican Party has aligned themselves with paramilitary thugs, i.e. the Three Percenters, people like the Proud Boys, the Oath Keepers. These are far-right military thugs. So, once again, I'm seeing parallels. I'm not saying it's equal. I'm not saying it's equal at all. I'm saying it's happening again. History trying to repeat itself to varying degrees. Okay? And at a minimum, we have to realize we're in a neo-fascist movement with the GOP here. Okay? Like, they have moved into a neo-fascist movement that abhors democracy, will use it when it's convenient, but will absolutely rebuke it when they don't want it. Okay, you understand? That's where we're at. So, go back and study up on pre-World War II history. That's kind of what I'm asking you to do. Study Hitler in the early 20s. Study the post-World War I life that led up to World War II. The Great Depression, Germany losing World War I, and their pride was hurt. All these variables came together that led to Hitler's destruction and temporary wins, but I mean ultimately his demise. But it's trying to happen again. I just see it trying to happen again. I don't think it can, though. Our democracy is 245 years strong. When it happened in Germany, it was a very young democracy. It was very vulnerable to someone like Hitler. So our checks and balances worked against Trump, okay? Even the court appointees that he put in failed to, take up his court cases, which were all fraudulent except like one. I think he won one court case out of like 65 or something. I mean, it's like, so I'm actually like, I'm relieved that our courts did hold up against Trump's authoritarian takeover, kind of like how Hitler had his authoritarian takeover via legal means. Okay, when violence didn't work for him, he used the court system. He used the democratic process, and he did it successfully. Young democracy, vulnerable. He had pro-Nazi judges. Even the guys that Trump put in there were conservative enough, believed in democracy and the Constitution enough, where they're like, no, no, we're saying no to this authoritarian fascist. So, I don't know, I'm just kind of spitballing here now, but read up on this stuff, watch some documentaries. It explains how history is trying to repeat itself. Not saying it will or it can. I am saying it is trying to with the Trump era. Trumpism is here. Just because he's out of office doesn't mean his ethos is going anywhere. It has permeated the GOP going forward until they are no more. Personally, I believe they need politically dissolved. They serve no more purpose to a democratic republic, and they must go away forever. Find a new party, regroup, start over. You're at the end stage right now. But anyways, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Do you see parallels between the pre-World War II era and the neo-fascist Trump era we're living in right now? Because I do.